No, but it's a scary time, dude. It's a scary time to raise a kid. That's the only thing I'm worried about. It's a really scary time. You know? I think they're getting ready to, like, microchip all of us. I'm not even joking, dude. Have you seen that new Duracell commercial where that woman can't find her kid in the park? You know? Dude, what kind of a fucked up way is that to sell batteries? It's a little hardcore, don't you think? Don't you remember the old battery commercials? They show some guy in a rainstorm, right? Changing a tire, takes out a flashlight. Hey, thank God I had Duracell. I can see how wet I'm getting. That was it. Now they're showing this woman, she can't find her kid in the park. She's sitting there like, Kevin? Kevin? Has anybody seen Kevin? She's sitting there freaking out, and she pulls out this device. And then all of a sudden, Kevin comes running out of the woods. And they're just like, Duracell batteries. It's like, dude, fuck the batteries. What was that thing she just took out of her pocket? How did Kevin know to come out of the woods? He didn't have an antenna. His sneakers weren't glowing. What the fuck is in Kevin that is connected to that? Dude, don't just show me that like that's normal. Oh, yeah, remote control kids. Let's go see Mommy. Dude, that is some creepy New World Order shit. Evidently, it's a bracelet, and they just put the microchip in there. But that's how they're going to do it. They're going to scare the shit out of you that someone's going to take your kid. It's just a bracelet. Well, what if they take the bracelet? Oh, we'll just glue it to the forehead. We'll just sort of drill it in there. I'm telling you, whatever they're doing to dogs, they're going to be doing to us in like 10 years, right? They got those 6 microchips with their balls cut off. I'm telling you. They're going to have us on TV waiting to get rescued like some accountant looking all fucked up at the TV, right? That's what you're going to hear in the future. That's going to be the future. Dude, you hear about Eddie? They turned his chip off, man! Dude, the guy's fucked. He is fucked. He made one little joke about the government. Next thing you know, he had to buy a round. His head wouldn't go through. They kept scanning it, nothing. He's outside screaming up at a satellite, turn it back on. They're not turning it back on. The dude's fucked. The dude is fucked. Dude, I ain't standing next to him. They're going to shut my chip off. I don't even know that guy.
I just want to see how many of y'all was pussy and didn't want to talk about the Ryan Garcia shit. Still the king. Still the king. We going there tonight. Still. Think though, headlines was my crit night. Still. They can't shut me down. They can't shut this lie down. Couldn't take no more. Niggas mad cause they can't talk to you no more. It was fucks given, now it ain't no more. If you ain't mean it, what you say it for? She just want the fuck at double to the store. When she suck me off, I should be paying more. Attention to my face cause she Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Welcome one, welcome all. Thank y'all for tuning in or not tuning in. Y'all know how we rock. I'm your host with the motherfucking most chill motherfucking Murray. And you are tuning in to the Live from the Spot podcast. Episode 45. Got a rumble in the Grove on this one. We ain't gonna touch on too much because there's a bunch of distractions compared to this one. And like I said in the intro, I was just waiting to see. How many of y'all was gonna pin the paddle around and tap dance around. I just want to see how many of y'all was just gonna avoid really talking about the Ryan Garcia shit. I see y'all. I salute for y'all being scared. I understand. A lot of y'all got a lot of things to protect. Me, I ain't got shit to protect. So, we are going to go on a magic school bus ride tonight. And we are going to go to Bohemian Grove with Dancer, the YouTuber, later on. That's right. But, till then, once again, I'd like to welcome y'all to the Live from the Spot podcast. And we're going to start with Mr. Ryan Garcia and what he's been going through. Everybody's saying Ryan Garcia going crazy and he ain't gonna be ready for the boxing match or whatever. Let me tell y'all something. My honest opinion about it, from what I've been seeing and hearing, they might be removing Ryan before that fight. I looked at the date, I was like 420. A little fishy right there already. Number two, all the things surrounding it and him whistleblowing his own death date, saying that they were going to remove him on April 12th. I said, that's a little odd because that's exactly 8 days. That's exactly a week before the fight. So they're saying that they're going to remove him or have something happen to him a week before the fight. And a lot of people are also saying that that's not the real Ryan Garcia even running around out here no more. And some other nigga. But, like I said, we're going to get into all that right now. So, it started out with, and I don't know if anybody pinpointed this out yet, but it actually started with the Devin Haney shirt that he wore, I noticed. And the crazy thing is, I had ran into this picture a little bit before that Ryan Garcia started wearing it. So let me show y'all something real quick, right? So this picture right here, let me move myself real quick. This picture right here, right? As you can see, Devin Haney said, "You ain't make it till you got in Diddy pool and it was a dream come true." What he meant by that. And as you see at the bottom, he put real Devin. This is his from his real Instagram account, real Devin Haney. They say you got to be in, emphasizing and capitalizing the in, to make it to Diddy's swimming pool. Diddy, hashtag the dream. As you can see, Diddy with his gesture right here, and I agree with the man that captioned it up here. I think him and Diddy got two different intentions right now, because Devin Haney just, you know what I'm saying, chilling, posing like, yeah, I'm chilling with Diddy, and Diddy don't look like he ready to just chill. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, Ryan Garcia decides to troll Mr. Haney, right? First, it started with the innocent. It started with the innocent trolling, right? It started with the innocent trolling of the whatchamacallit, how he was actually boxing and whatnot, how his style was or whatever, right? Started like that.
Look, guys, I understand that everybody's concerned, but at the end of the day, I gotta address some things. 99% of what I'm doing is trolling. I'm running, 8 miles? Right now, at 6 in the morning. Like, you don't...
Watch this. Where is it?
Look, guys.
Okay. I was gonna say, where is it? Okay, so as you can see, he's wearing the shirt.
So we don't got it right here? We don't got it right here. We don't got it right here.
No, just innocent trolling. Just innocent trolling, right? You see, he wears a T-shirt with a Diddy and him on it. Then he trolls how he's doing a jump rope. But then, but then all of a sudden, the following week, he starts talking about they're trying to kill him. And people were just a little bit perplexed about that, but it caught me off. What raised my antennas about it, caught me off guard. What raised my antennas was the fact that it was just an exact week after he did the trolling. So right after he does the trolling, he starts getting all these death threats and whatnots, right? So let me take myself away one more time. Let me show y'all. Okay. Take me to the Supreme Court, defend these claims. I will go out my way to defend every single one of these claims. Go to the court, stand before a judge, and prove every single one of these claims. Bryce Hall, sorry to do this to you, but apologize for messing with underage kids. Remember, Taylor told me and showed me. You need to repent and stop hiding behind TikTok and clout. Look at this. I'm sorry my tweets aren't written properly. I'm being heavily attacked. The demons can morph into creatures, animals, people, aliens, anything but reptilians. Look at this. Help. Screenshot. The files of UFOs are coming out for a reason. They are slowly releasing, so you are brainwashed and accustomed of aliens, so when the rapture happens, they blame it on aliens and everyone on Earth is still confused. He's whistleblowing Project Bluebeam. Let them know, Elon, they are creating a robot society, removing humans and the clones. I don't even want to start, but I will. Look at all this stuff that he's saying. And people are just dismissing it as he's crazy. People are literally just dismissing this as he's crazy. Now, an interesting one he said was this April 12th one. April 12th, they will kill me. They're planning my death now. Will be killed soon. I'm trying to screen record the rules of devil worshipping and they keep deleting. What the fuck? It's in plain sight. Hurry and find. These were tweets that were just randomly coming out over the past week or two. Right? And then we get his Instagram videos. But before we get into the Instagram videos.
Yo, Andrew.
Hey, bro. All right, talk to us.
Bro, I
The
don't give
Andrew
a
Tate.
fuck, bro. They held me down and they made me watch little kids get raped. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Where?
Bro, they fucking took me to the fucking woods, bro, and they fucking tied. I'm not fucking joking, bro. I have fucking proof, bro. I don't give a fuck. Bro, I fucking will show you every fucking video you could ever fucking believe. Bohemian Grove is real. They fucking tied me down and they made me fucking watch, dog. I absolutely don't give a fuck anymore. Yes, I fucking lost it. They're raping little kids.
He doesn't want to take us all, so let's go. Come on, Ryan. He doesn't want to take us.
Come on, fuck this guy. Bro, fuck this dude, dude.
Who? You
Bro,
do know the?
you know the higher elites, bro. You already know who they are, bro.
No, you know what?
You know the path you're
Andrew,
going down is dangerous, my friend.
I
That's what I'm
don't give
worried
a
about.
fuck. I don't give a fuck. They can't touch me. I'm with God.
Well, that's the first point of contention because I care about you a lot, and I can assure you from my own personal experience that they can touch you, which is the
Bro,
worst part
no, they
about it.
can't, bro. All right, so come touch me, you fucking bitch.
You have
I
proof
don't
of these
give.
things. You have proof of this on your phone.
Yes, of course I do. The fuck you talking about? Of course. If Alex could get a fucking video from the Bohemian Grove, of course I could.
Well, I have to be careful what I say because I'm in the middle of a judicial process right now.
You want me to
Or
get
my,
you out of it? I can help
well,
you.
bro, my door gets kicked in if I say what I'm thinking.
Okay,
Uh,
well I can help you get out of it if you want. I know people.
well, tell everyone at home then. Start from the beginning. When did this happen? Where did this happen? What exactly did you see? Why have you tweeted the things you've tweeted? Let people at home understand you a little bit
Because
more.
I don't give a fuck, bro. They raped me, right? I was 2 years old, they raped me. I have proof of that too. That's where it all started, bro. Okay?
You do know there's going to be certain people who believe, and I'm Ryan. You know I like you.
Of
We've been
course.
speaking for years. You know there's going to
Yes.
be people who believe you're just saying this because you've, I don't know, had a mental breakdown or taken drugs and you're
Of
repeating
course,
some
of
of the
course.
things you've said on the internet, and
Guess
so they're
what?
going to not believe you unless you come
Give
at
me
it
the
very
drug test then,
coherently.
Andrew. Andrew, I'll go to the fucking Romania and take a drug test in front of your face.
Bro, you don't want to come here. you you don't need Romanian jail. It's bad for your fight camp. But I'm just asking, like you're gonna have to tell a far more coherent story from start to finish for people to truly understand that what you're saying happened is what you saw.
Speaking of which, I would like to actually put a disclaimer on this. Or should I say better context? So, if you don't know, Andrew Tate is a well renowned gentleman of influence. He's an influencer on YouTube, and quite frankly, it was a little bit intriguing to see that he got arrested a week after he did this interview. As you heard, he was already being investigated himself. Now, prior to this, Andrew Tate had already gotten arrested, and there was some interesting footage of him putting up Illuminati symbols as he was getting arrested with the cameras on him. And a lot of people pointed that out. So it's a little bit interesting that Andrew Tate was the only person to actually get an actual interview with Ryan Garcia on these Twitter spaces. Quite odd, if you ask me.
And that this is not.
Further, I think that these edited this out, but there was a full version in which Ryan Garcia had actually mentioned the Epstein Island list, and he mentioned Tom Hanks.
Some sort of episode or anything else. This is my advice to you as a brother. I'm trying to make it, if you want people to believe you, you're going to have to come along and explain from the absolute beginning exactly how it happened, who was involved, how you got there, what car you were in, where you were standing, everything.
Of course they're gonna want that, and I have all the information possible.
Okay, so when you're releasing it, how are you releasing it? Or are you keeping it for yourself? Because it looks like you don't want to keep it for yourself.
I don't. At the right time, I'm gonna release all of it. But at the right time, I'm gonna do it. They're already calling me to tell me to stop. I don't give a fuck, dude. I've already had a meeting with them. I'm gonna let you sit with that, Andrew.
All right, bro. Well, I want you to know that either way, I'm praying for you. And I hope that,
Thank you, bro.
no, and I
I
mean
don't
that,
give a
absolutely.
fuck, bro. Alex Jones has been saying the same shit, and they try to can't. The only reason they can't stop me because they listen to the devil. I listen to God. God gave me authority. It's over for everybody, bro.
As you can hear, like I said, they edited the full version of that. A lot of it, because he did let out some things while he was talking in that evening. But what was even more intriguing was the fact that his Instagram had shown this.
Oh fuck no! Hold on. I don't know what that is, bro. Fucking start hitting, bro. Dip. Oh fuck no! Hold on. I don't know what that is.
It says, "We got him, boys. Ryan Garcia, RIP, bitch, 666. Video is exactly 666 in time. We told you we coming. Ha ha ha, blah blah blah. We on Anna. And then it has all this writing here. Right? So, this was actually deleted from his Instagram. But let's take a look at that Instagram, shall we? Because what would come after that was a little bit disturbing to most people. In place of that was this video here.
On the horse for a minute, boom, 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 and then stop, get off the horse, and we have another, and then we know what we're gonna do after that.
Yeah. What would be your route?
The same route. I'm gonna have my
route. Park out, take a left into the parking lot.
It was a cover-up video.
Jumps off in the parking lot.
It's just in.
So I
Followed by
think
an
we can limit
apology
a lot of the issues.
Here to announce my return back to Instagram. Now, over these past couple days, you guys have seen some pretty intense things. I understand what they are and I understand what they look like. But I'm coming back to announce I'm not going to speak on any other topic other than boxing, sports, and my fight. That's the only thing I'm going to be talking about. And I'm training for this fight. I want everybody to know this fight's still on. 420, 5 weeks of super focus. I have PBD helping me in this camp and many other warriors. So I thank you guys for the support, and I'll see you guys on 420. Here to announce my return back to Instagram. Now, over these past couple of days, you guys have seen some pretty intense things.
Now, one of the biggest things you need to know here is that they are very, very capable of doing deepfake. So you can easily note the graphic that's right here.
I understand what they are and I understand what they look like. But I'm coming back to...
If you play video games, you know exactly what I'm talking about when you can see how his facial structure starts to move, as well as this hand here.
I'm not going to speak on any other topic other than boxing, sports, and my fight. That's the only thing I'm going to be talking about. And I'm training for this fight. I want everybody to know this fight's still on. 420, 5 weeks of super focus. I have PBD helping me in this camp and many other warriors. So I thank you guys for the support, and I'll see you guys on 420.
The biggest thing you can also note is the crown of thorns that is around his head. As he said before, they're trying to crucify me like Jesus. That was one of the biggest things that he had said before, and he's been saying out loud. And what do you see here in his apology? Someone wearing a crown of thorns. And then, of course, we have the publicist writing, I know a lot of you guys are wondering what actually went down. The truth is I was oppressed and forced to speak from different phones and outlets. Although it was a rough 3 days, and I'm safe, praise the Lord. I want everyone to know I love God. My eyes have seen a lot of things. It may have felt as if it was some type of episode. I can assure you it wasn't. But with what being said, I'm going to, for me, the moment, put that battle to the side to defeat Devin Haney. I will always stand the fight for the children and the world. Too much is given, much is expected. I appreciate everyone's support and love. It will be reciprocated. DM me and comment if you have any other questions. I have questions, and I have DM'd him, which of course he has not responded. But anyway, that didn't stop him from doing even more Instagram videos.
The U.S. First, I want to say that I'm perfectly fine. I came here to talk, not...
Notice how they keep putting filters on him also, just to make sure that people didn't take him serious. This was the actual real Ryan Garcia. But because it was the real Ryan Garcia, they started to come in and put the bots in basically to make him look like he wasn't being serious.
I'm frantic or chaotic or whatever, people may assume that I am mentally ill. What did they say? I'm going through a manic episode or whatever they came about to try to make what I was saying, which was the truth, seem like it was a lie. They're trying to create confusion within the people to make it seem that anything I said was a lie. Everything I said was the truth. And with that being said, I am going to now enter this live with prayer. Father in heaven, I just want you to guide me, Lord. Guide me with your Holy Spirit, Lord, the Spirit of truth, that I say nothing but the truth. So help me, God, Lord. Please, Lord, let me not say one lie, Lord. All I ask is that you don't let me say one lie, Lord. That you let me defend the children that are hurting across the whole world, Lord. And that the experience I experienced, the experiences that so many kids experience around the world, Lord, that you shine light on it and that you give me strength, you give me power only through you, Lord. Let the Lord's will be done, not mine. Okay, so with that being said, I'm not doing this for clout. I'm not doing this for anything. This does nothing for my fight. This is just me trying to give the facts and the truth of what I've seen throughout the years. And during this point and this time, there's a lot of eyes on me. And I'm bringing awareness for the kids, the little kids that are hurting. I know you guys seen that video. I'm not even gonna say the name, but you know what I'm talking about. Starts with the J. And I'm trying to be as calm as I can. Trust me, I'm trying to be as calm as I can, and I'm trying to be as safe as I can, but there will be a time. My last fight was for my son Henry. I wanted to fight for him, and that's what I give the fight to. This time, it's for the children around the world. I'm gonna give you guys some facts, since some people want some facts. 3 fast facts, and I got a paper here, because everybody likes facts. They want papers, right? Everybody wants the proof? Okay. Well, let's go into, this is surface level proof. This is common knowledge if you're really paying attention. Okay. The first fact, with human trafficking, including sex trafficking, the global industry of human trafficking, including child sex trafficking, is estimated to be worth $150 billion annually.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
$150 billion annually. Do you understand what that means? I don't even know how much Amazon is worth. But if this is worth 150 billion, I mean, it's about time we start paying attention for the children. Number 2, globally, the International Labor Organization estimates that 1.2 million children are trafficked each year. 1.2 million children are trafficked each year.
Around the world.
Around the whole world. The U.S. in particular, where I live, the U.S. is the #1 nation in the world for consuming child sex material. Now, those are the 3 facts. And I already know about this. I'm gonna go a little deep. No, don't worry. I'm not gonna go into too deep stuff because at the end of the day, I got a lot of people telling me not to do this. A lot of people. You gotta understand the pressure I have. A lot of people are asking, can you guys stop trying to join the live, please? I'm trying to speak facts right now.
But let them know you're trying to leverage your platform.
And of course I'm trying to leverage my platform.
For what?
For the kids.
Amen.
So, dude, they're putting hats on me. I'm being serious right now. At the end of the day, I got a lot of people that told me not to do this, that it's gonna get bad for me. I don't care. I live for God. I don't live for anybody else. I'm gonna touch this really quick. Really quick. The rules of satanic worship is it needs to be in your plain sight. That's all I'm gonna say. So everything that I'm saying is right in front of your face, and you're not doing anything about it. You're not doing anything about it. I'm screaming to the world, putting my reputation on the line. I got people wanting to cancel the fight. People telling me I need to go to a mental rehab to put me into the psych ward because I'm speaking the truth. Please help me and you help the children. You know, Jeffrey Epstein ain't the only island. Think about that. They do horrible things together so they don't snitch against each other, and they're rich so they hold each other accountable. If you say something, I'm gonna say something, and everything comes down. Think about it.
Let them know about your foundation you want to start too.
And I'm starting my foundation, Save the Children. Also release the truth. Non-profit, I don't want anything. Have I asked for $1 from any of you guys? Have I made $1 from anything I'm saying? If anything, I've probably lost money.
It's crazy that you lost money for speaking the truth and trying to save children. What sane world do we live in?
It's insanity for telling the truth now in a world full of lies. Everybody went crazy when I said Bohemian Grove, and I'm not going to get into that. But it's the truth. And I'm hurt every day because they have tried everything in their power to stop me. And God pulled me through. As you see the rough 3 days I went through, but God brought me out of it. And you see how more clear I am and everything I'm saying. All I say is, look at my tweets. Is there one lie? BB wanted a meeting with me. Can you show them?
All right, so this is on June 10th, 2023. One of BB's insiders asked to meet up with Ryan. He said, "Hey, brother, good morning. I spoke with the Prime Minister, BB. He would like to meet Ryan, period." And it's right here on text. Y'all can see.
So and I'm not going to get further into that. That's just proof. Now you have a little bit more proof of what I'm saying. They think I'm lying, but I'm totally not.
But let's get back to boxing.
Let's get back
to this and how this is going to shape your boxing, you know what I'm saying, your camp, and give you the motivation.
You see Muhammad Ali, right? He standing up for something that was right. He felt like it wasn't right, and he went to jail for 3 years. I'm at the top of my career.
Notice how the family member, or whoever this is on the side of him, keeps trying to make him emphasize boxing. I want you to pinpoint that part. There's something with him.
I'm feeling the best at my game. I'm going to fight Devin Haney, and I will beat him. And that fight is going to come on. But this is a moment in time where we, the generation, we know the truth now. Yeah, and we can stand up for what's right. You hear the cries of the children. You hear them. I have babies. I have little kids out there. My own children. I can't imagine that happening. There is no clout that I get out of this. I was living fine. I was making great money. I'm still making great money, but I had a lot of things going on. The same way they came at Kanye. Kanye started telling the truth, and they made him take pills. I'm not gonna take no pills. You're not gonna see me touch no pill. I would love to go live with a person, one person, just one, who's went through what I went through. And don't even worry about this, because what the Illuminati and the elites do is they take what God did and make it theirs. That's something they do. So eyes have angels' bodies are covered with eyes. That supernatural ability to see everything, that's something God created. Your spiritual being, your spiritual self, your sense, that's something God created.
But let them know how this is gonna push you forward for the fight, man. Like how this is your motivation for this fight.
Ezekiel 10:12, I believe it is. Look it up if you don't believe me. Anything I say, just look it up. Just look it up. Ezekiel 10:12, please. Because everybody thinks this is a joke. It's like the movie Look Up. What's that movie, Look Up? With Leonardo DiCaprio, and he's screaming to the world, yo, the world is the world is ending. There's an asteroid coming. Everybody's like, yo, let's take some pictures. Remember, like the times of Noah, I'm going to speak this. Like the times of Noah, people will be drinking and people will be marrying and everything in life will be this like normal. But God's calling up to his prophets and his people to speak of his return. So yeah, while you guys laugh and while you guys think this is a joke, why do you think Cat Williams is exposing the truth? Why do you think so much truth is coming out?
Hold on. Let me just say something real quick though. Like, if anybody is upset that Ryan is trying to shed light on children being sex trafficked, I think you are the one with the problem. I'm gonna just say that right now. And so with that being said, man, this whole camp is based on protecting the kids, saving the kids, and we're using that as motivation for this entire camp. So if you guys can't get behind that message, I think you need to look in the mirror because you need help.
They don't even know we've been training. You don't want, if I lift up my hood, you'll see a 6-pack. I've been training. Amen. Shout out my coach, Sid, TNT.
TNT, baby.
TNT.
Let's go.
My whole team's behind me. If I show you my whole team, why do you think they're rocking with me? Why do you think they always, they never deny me? Remember, the times will be like Noah. There's stories of giants coming out, stories of aliens. Can you open your eyes once? The proof is there. I mean, I just personally want to say that the proof is there.
Well, let's get some.
Okay, I would love to get some questions. How do we start up questions? Interact. How do we interact? Questions, quick ball, drawing us. Lightning Q&A, perfect. I don't know how this works, but
and please don't be shy to ask questions about boxing, guys.
Please.
Yeah, please.
Because they're already watching us, bro. They're definitely watching us. That's not a question.
Okay, so pretty much from here, they actually removed him off the live. Watch how the family member just rushes him off.
Do you believe in love at first sight? I think. Shoot, I don't know how to answer that. you know, right? No, we need some more. We're gonna go for deep questions. I want more direct questions.
Your saying is lagging.
Yeah, of course. Who is threatening you? You have no idea who's threatening me. A lot of people.
Where are all the boxing questions at? Come on. He has a big fight, 420. Let's go. We turning up. And we're saving children at the same time.
And then we're going to touch a little bit on what happened to me. I personally am not going to speak on what happened to me because then it does invoke some real pain, real anger, and I can't do it right now.
Amen. They don't know half the things you've been through, bro. Keep it like that.
I can't.
All right, looks like we're not getting any questions, bro.
Wait, time travel.
No, we getting out.
Bro.
Hey, we out, y'all.
No,
You saw that. The family member rushed him right off of the live. As soon as he saw a question about time travel, and he was basically going to... So a lot of people are also saying that Ryan Garcia has been MK Ultra'd, in a sense. Same way Kanye West was. He was MK Ultra'd. His mind was honeycomb. Ryan Garcia said himself, he was held down and made to watch different things, right? That's what happens when they do the MK Ultra. If you don't know what that is, basically, that's a government operation project, a black ops operation, basically mind control. Lots of celebrities, lots of people of influence, you name it. There's a lot of people that have went through that MK Ultra process, unfortunately, that have not actually survived it. I would like to get into Ariana Grande's situation later on as well. We won't get into it on this pod because we'll be here all day as well. But she's also going through that project. Like I said, Kanye West is a prime example, as we touched on before. Sloan Bella actually showed y'all the whole honeycomb mind process. She actually pinpointed out that Ryan Garcia is going through the same exact thing. They have actually already cloned Ryan Garcia. Whether or not his family wants to admit that or not, of course they would never know. They would never know. They would never know at all. It's just that deep. It just goes that deep. And we're going to Alice in Wonderland tonight. Trust me when I tell you. Starting with, as they said before, hiding in plain sight, right? Ryan mentioned that before you. Is anyone familiar with the show House of Cards? You are looking at a giant owl statue in the show The House of Cards, out in what looks like a replica version of Bohemian Grove, doesn't it?
Crow of Elysium, we honor thee!
No mortal flame can destroy common woe. Just one fire can conquer. Fire that burns in the fields of Elysium.
Brothers many, make brothers one. Hail fellowship, hail Crow in his verdict kingdom. Common woe be done.
What you are looking at is what they call the cremation of care process that happens at every single ceremony that they are there.
Yeah. Look around. Some of the most powerful men in the world are gathered in this clearing. Members of one of our country's most exclusive clubs. Invitation only, unless, of course, you invite yourself. They gather here to seek God between the branches of these magnificent trees. They eat together, they piss next to each other, and they carve up the world like a Sunday roast. This is where the real power is. No women or presidents allowed. The former I am not, the latter I will be again. Because I have managed to reduce a national election down to one state. And while these men here can't swing the votes of an entire nation, one measly state, well, that they can do. And that's why I'm here. So welcome to Elysian Fields.
Elysian Field in the show Bohemian Grove to most. As you see here, the giant owl statue with all the worshippers in front of it in the robes. Now, it's said that Alex Jones has journeyed here before and captured the real video footage of this, which is very difficult to actually find. In fact, he was actually arrested for that footage. So it's very difficult for anyone to find the actual footage of someone going to Bohemian Grove. Until today. But before we go there, we must also understand where we are going. Right? So, is anyone familiar with the skulls? Skull and Bones. So, there was a movie that came out called The Skulls, based upon George Bush. And it was how George Bush basically got inducted into Skull and Bones, and the process of how majority of presidents are inducted in Skull and Bones to go through, the order You have to become a Freemason, of course, as you know. But had to go through the process of the order to become one of the elites. Okay? So to speak. You know, like I said, a replica version of things. But there were some very interesting things that were shown in the movie that was based upon.
Yeah.
Eat it. What do we get?
Your favorite.
Yeah, you're kidding.
Yeah. You're gonna have a heart attack at 30. I can see it. Hello?
Lucas McNamara, please.
Yeah, may I ask who's calling?
No, pizza.
Luke.
Some other
It's for you. Won't say who. How does anybody know you're up here?
Oh, shoot, it must be out, darling.
Oh, really?
So this character right
Hello?
here is supposed to be the George Bush replica.
Who is this?
Payphone, outside
George
ad
Bush
building,
Jr.
40 seconds.
So as you see here,
look, wait, hey,
the fraternity process of things. Of course, it was regular medicine, right?
The Astrolab, 20 seconds. Lose the bike. The windowsill.
It's not a coincidence that they put the planets in it.
Here we go, McNamara.
Notice the skull and bone symbol. Being reborn. As you do an apprenticeship of Freemason. You are reborn.
Guess this one didn't make it through the reborn part.
You better check his breathing. I don't know. Maybe he didn't react too well to the drugs.
Wow! Hey, Caleb. Where can I get some more of that shit?
I'm Judge Lytton Mandrake on behalf of the council. Well, in any fellowship, you need someone you can trust. Someone to be there, always and for anything. A soulmate. Well, my soulmate is Senator Ames Leverett, class of '72.
Gentlemen, you've been arranged in pairs, soulmates. Each soulmate was chosen to complement the other and to accept responsibility for the other.
Mr. Wheeler, Mr. Pitcairn.
Thank you.
Open them. Our membership, like life, has its pleasures, its hardships, and sometimes its pain. But unlike life, the connection between you is eternal. Let this seal the bond between you. Be silent as you endure. Well done. Gentlemen, put on your watches. With the council as your witnesses, you have now become soulmates.
And now, gentlemen, the rules.
We live by the rules, we die by the rules.
Read your rule book. There's a rule for every possible situation. Guard the key to our entry and your rule book as you would guard your own lives. Most important, remember, our rules supersede those of the outside world. A skull above any other.
A skull above any other.
Well done, gentlemen. Congratulations. As chairman of the Order of Skulls and on behalf of the council and the 322 alumni throughout the world, gentlemen, you are welcome. Welcome home. The proudest day of my life, Caleb.
Thanks, Dad. I want to make you proud.
Interesting as enough as it is, right? We have the movie reference of the Skull and Bones. Now, if you people don't know what Skull and Bones is, I would suggest you do your research on that as well. And I'm going to give you guys a quick synopsis on Skull and Bones, okay? So, the Skulls, that movie is a 2000 American thriller film directed by Rob Cohen, starring Joshua Jackson, Paul Walker, the famous Paul Walker, rest in peace, and Leslie Bibb. Its plot is based upon some of the conspiracy theories surrounding Yale University's Skull and Bones Student Society. Okay? Now, Skull and Bones, I'm going to bring this up for you guys here. This comes directly from the History Channel's website. Okay. Like I said, we going there tonight. We are going there tonight. Okay. You see here the symbol Skull and Bones, 322. Symbol of Skull and Bones is appropriately a skull with two crossbones. What's less clear is the meaning of the number 322 beneath them. Yale Alumni magazine points to a popular theory that it represents the year 322 BC when Alexander the Great died. Alexander Crowley is who they're talking about. The 1966 Bilderberg Conference took place in Wiesbaden, Germany, where leading American and Europeans met, including NATO Security General Manilo Brasio, to the left. It says here the first Bilderberg meeting was in 1954 and was held at the Hotel de Bilderberg in the Netherlands, from which the organization gets its name. Convened by Prince Bernard of the Netherlands, it was a gathering of powerful politicians from North America and Europe designed to foster warmer relations between the two continents among fears of growing anti-Americanism in Europe. Okay, so before we get into all that, right? Before we even get into all that, the Order of Skull and Bones is a secret society founded at Yale University in New Haven, Connecticut in 1832. Skull and Bones founder William Huntington Russell was inspired by an occult society he'd visited in Germany. His co-founder was Alphonso Taft, future Secretary of War under President Grant and father of President William Howard Taft, who would also be a member of Skull and Bones. The prominent list of bonesmen includes several presidents and modern-day power brokers. And then how you join Skull and Bones. Okay, so each year, 15 seniors at Yale are tapped to join Skull and Bones. Their names are published in Yale Rumpus, Though what happens behind the closed doors of the tomb, the windowless meeting space where bonesmen gather twice a week, is under wraps. Members take an oath of secrecy. Graduate members are referred to as patriarchs, while those undergoing initiation are called knights. Outsiders of the group are barbarians. Famous Skull and Bones members include Presidents William Howard Taft, George H.W. Bush, and his son George W. Bush as well. Founder of the Time magazine, Henry Luce, former Secretary of State and presidential hopeful John Kerry, Fortune 500 elites, and members of the CIA as well. The controversial 1986 expose, America's Secret Establishment by Anthony Sutton, claimed that Skull and Bones was out to create a new world order run by bonesmen, prompting a myriad of conspiracy theories. Interesting. Now, we mentioned Bohemian Grove, right? So, if we look here, a lot of memorabilia, right? Different things we see, right? I'm going to show you someone that's actually shot in a video in these exact areas, on these exact grounds. And as they say, people are always hiding in plain sight, are they not? People are always hiding in plain sight. This particular picture is about to stand out to you guys, because a particular rapper shot a video at Bohemian Grove right up underneath everyone's face, right up underneath everyone's nose. Now, I'm going to cut the audio on this one, just for copyright reasons. But you'll understand who it is. That's right. That's Drake. Mr. OVO himself, Mr. Owl himself. Now, we've all seen the owl symbol in his videos. We've all seen the owl symbol in the clothing, as you see here. But this is him literally at Bohemian Grove. Performing the Headlines video. As we all know, a lot, and I mean a lot, of our favorite coveted artists are part of that secret society. Now, they might not be in high rankings or of the 33rd degree masonry, as such as Jay-Z's and the Kanye's and the Diddy's. They might not be up there high in knowledge of rankings. But they definitely are, needless to say, paid for, as far as their rankings of influence. And we all know Drake is a very high ranking of influence nowadays, shall we say? Because this was 10 years ago. This is the Headlines video. We all see where Drake is now, don't we? And we all see where those owl symbols have taken him. We all see where his Jewish bloodline has taken him. So, let's take a look in further at that video, shall we? Now, the main things to note out, of course, is the all black wearing. The I will remain in secrecy, if you will. I promise not to tell. I promise not to let all of the secrets out. As you see him putting up the symbols of the Illuminati there, and the Baphomet symbol. So, let us now take that trip to Bohemian Grove, shall we? Since a lot of us probably don't think it exists. Let us go to Bohemian Grove.
Got dropped off. I'm here at the entrance of Bohemian Grove, and we're gonna do this thing. So I'm out here again. I'm pretty close to the entrance of Bohemian Grove. We're gonna be trying to infiltrate the site. This is Bohemian Grove Infiltration Part 2. Yeah, this should be fun. I was on the Joe Rogan podcast a few weeks ago, and Joe Rogan 2078. Yeah, he called me a loon. He called me a crazy person for using a cast iron pan. You know, it was the only paddle that I had available at the time. This was a last minute mission that I wanted to do. Yeah, I didn't have a paddle, so it was the only paddle-like thing I had on me. So I had to use what I had to do what I had to do. I think the cast iron worked pretty well, but this time we're not going to be going across the river because there's been a lot of rain in the last few weeks, and that would be a really stupid idea because the water is rushing super fast.
So as you heard, this is not his first time going to Bohemian Grove. A part of me watching this, the first two times that I've seen him go to, the first time and this time, I started to wonder, was he maybe a family member of one of these guys at Bohemian Grove? Or was he a son or a nephew? Or, I mean, the way he was able to just know everything about the Bohemian Grove and the entire, how to get in there, where to go, it just made me a little bit suspicious. I'm just saying. But, needless to say, let's all hop on the Magic School Bus to Bohemian Grove. Starting with our first exhibit, where he journeys into one of the houses. But first, let's look at one of the trucks here. As you can see, the Bohemian Grove symbol with the owl. A lot of owl worship.
Okay, so we're pretty deep into this site right now. And we're trying to get to this red dot right here. Yeah, so I'm gonna make my way down here and then continue on these logging roads until we get to this red pin right here. And yeah, we are right here at the blue dot.
In here, he gets into one of the campgrounds. But he starts to find some very interesting documents that are in here.
Lexington, Kentucky. Yeah, 2023, May 1st. Hotel quality bedfellows. Hotel quality bedfellows. Yeah, so we got small heating blankets, 2023. Camp Hideaway, 1995. Ed Armfield, Bill Green, George Hopiak, Bill Haydorn, Fred Walter, Joe Rafferty, and so on. And that was 1995. This is 1998. And you guys can read all those dudes. There's some familiar faces from 1995. Oh. 1981. Jerry Scott, Bob Pond, Fred Walther, Bert Davis, Alex Davis, Tom Mulvihill. Peter F. Dune, original founder of Camp Hideaway, who art now in yet another heaven. Hideaway Camp founders, Red Martin and Artie Dune.
Once again, shout out to Dancer for even risking his life to even go out to Bohemian
That looks like
Grove.
A really old picture. 1927.
1927. That tells you how long they've been running Bohemian Grove and how long the government has been in operation in secrecy to everyone. That they've been operating out of Bohemian Grove with all of their secrets. That's crazy there. So he basically found a shit ton of documents and a lot of pictures that showed different senates, different presidents, different people of influence, NASA workers, lawyers, CIA members, FBI workers, you name it.
Hideaway membership, Wow. There's that Camp Hideaway book. The Last Man Who Knew Everything. Bohemian Club library notes. Damn, that bottom shelf is locked. Oh, wow. That looks like there's no date on this. Dude, there is a lot of shit. This is like October 26, 2000. This is like all Camp Hideaway stuff. Hideaway, 1992. 2018, Generations of Service. ...2000, Camp Hideaway. Admiral Arle Albert Burke. Yeah, 1988, Fairfax, Virginia. This seems to be, yeah. I guess there's individual camps.
Trust me when I tell you, everybody at home, if we were to pause and go through every single one of these pictures and names, we would be here for about 10 more hours on this one
This
pot
is the first
alone.
cabin.
If you would like to pause and do your own Googles and research, that's what I'm showing you this information for.
Yeah, somebody just left a charger in here. Aspirin. Midsummer Encampment 2023. Program of events. This is going to be interesting. Huh. Wow. Property of the Guy DJ Chorus. There's 4 mics. Yeah. Weaving spiders coming out here. Encampment 2014. You need to carry this card with you in the Grove as a security measure. You may be asked to present your card to a Grove security officer. 2016 encampment. That's a weird looking owl. Looks fucking deranged. Whoops. Sausalito Yacht Club. Wool Blankets 2023. Sound engineering. Oh, it's some nice Levi jeans from Bohemian Grove. Had tons of sound equipment. Towels. Number 3 is locked. Captain's quarters. Number 4 is also locked. Number 9 is unlocked. Yeah, this was 2023. Spirit of the occasion. To hide away from Arleigh Burke.
So, quick note: they were recently there.
They even like made the fucking beds.
A spirit of the occasion was the name of the ceremony. A spirit of the occasion.
Jesus. Oh wow, Durango to Silverton Belt. Bohemian Grove butt pad. Don't give up on your day job, Bohemian Chorus. A wise owl lived in an oak. The more he saw, the less he spoke. The less he spoke, the more he heard. Why can't we be like this old bird? Are these Bohemian flags? Like, what am I looking at here? What does that say? Don't tread on me. It's just a snake. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, they got pretty nice shoes here. Watch this be like straight up wads of cash. I doubt it. Camp Hideaway roster, 1987. Yeah, I mean, there's just tons of pictures from, it seems like the Camp Hideaway 1987 ceremony. Somebody's holiday card. 1970s to 2012. Oh, wow. That's crazy. It's a photo album from the 70s to 2012. All camps and members 1930 to 1997. That is crazy. That all that info is here.
All right, let's move along.
Those boxes, but
This was rather disturbing when he finds this.
let's see if there's actually blankets in here. Okay. Christmas in Bohemia. Come as children, little children. 1997. That is a sinister.
Come as little children. 1997. A bit disturbing and disgusting, if you ask me.
Fucking, what the fuck? I don't know, man. This shit is fucking weird. Those boxes, but Christianity Matters. Cremation of Care, July 18th, 98. The Space Case. An Evening on the Rivers Road, 1998. Huh. A lot of monitors.
He finds a heavily guarded area here that it appears that he's not going to be able to get to.
I feel like there's definitely somebody in this place right here. I'm not gonna fuck around and find out. It looks like that's security. I think I see a bunch of screens right there. Oh, somebody padlocked this. Yeah, this is like a new cabin, so they don't got any, don't really got any papers in here. Oh, 2023 encampment. Moro camp members. There's a bunch of people. The captain, Jordan Schneitzer. Bob Alsvog, Executive Officer of KPMG International, 2002 to 2006. Included member firms in 150 countries and more than 100,000 employees. Bob joined KPMG in the Denver office in 1969, was elected partner in 78. Prior positions included managing partner of the San Francisco office. He grew up in Portland, where he still resides, 4 children. The CEO and president of Schneitzer Properties. I don't know, just a bunch of like weird rich guys. And probably have done some sketchy shit, but who knows? Apparently this guy's 7'6". He doesn't look 7'6". Who knows? That's kind of weird to put your height in your biography, but if he's 7'6", I guess that makes sense, because that's fucking whack. What the fuck is this? Well, that's not child friendly. Gonna have to blur that.
Found something rather disgusting and disturbing. Very Diddy Party-like, I guess. So as you can see here, he's done a very good infiltration job of going through the entire Bohemian Grove and finding every nook and cranny as far as documentation, pictures of people of
No way.
and very big importance.
No way. Are these cigars? These are cigars. Wow. There's no cigars in here though. Somebody smoked all of them. It's a pretty nice little power cord. Huh. Huh.
More owl memorabilia.
I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of sus.
Wiring and rope.
There's like a lot of shit in here.
Charges, evidently.
Oh wow. Cabernet Sauvignon. Dumbbells. Yeah, this is a Schnitzer.
Notice the bananas. The banana symbolism, the banana logo on there. I wonder what was in that.
Well, it's got to be Domino's. Yep. Oh, is that a chessboard? Yeah, it is. That's crazy. That's nice. This shit's fucking heavy as fuck. That's a nice chessboard. ...2019 encampment. Walking Bohemian's home. A guide to the Bohemian Grove backcountry.
More rope.
Looks like they got a private reserve Cabernet Sauvignon.
There was an owl guy on the suit there he was looking at. That looked like a Ouija board. He got into this cabin pretty good. All right, who's ready to go to that statue? Power split.
And here it is again. It's a lot louder this time around. And they've been doing some construction.
found the statue.
To remember Richard Hotaling, High Priest at this altar. You know, I've always wanted to piss on an altar. Oh yeah, here's the owl statue and the altar. There's a cross over there. Let's fucking take a whiz right on the owl. Oh shit, did I?
Rightfully so, sir. Rightfully so.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I mean, there's a cross thing. Oh, this thing's locked.
A door inside of the owl. Interesting.
Got a bunch of gas.
Seems to be where the fireworks go off at.
Oh, here's where the guy does the bell ringing.
Yep.
I'm definitely not gonna do that. Just asking for trouble.
Note, he rang off the emergency phone by accident earlier.
No way. There's a light on in here. It's locked though. The fuck? I mean, you can kind of see what's in there. I can actually. Huh. Well, that sucks. Yeah, this is like, you can actually go inside the owl. Oh shit. I mean, it's definitely just as hollow as the last time I was here. And there's a lot more water in this reservoir. There's been a ton of rain. Yeah, you can see the light coming from the inside of the owl.
As he said, they're doing renovations. So I wonder if they're going to be doing something very, very soon. He just saw pictures of them doing a 2023. So I wonder if the 2024 is coming up very soon.
Yeah, I mean, there shouldn't be too much to worry about back here. We're like extremely deep in the grove. And you'd think if we were gonna have any problems, we would have already had problems. But I guess we'll just have to find out.
Fuck around and find out. See? Well, needless to say, Dancer did get caught, but he did get away. I'll show you here. He did get away at least, and made it to broad day. So, that was our journey to Bohemian Grove. And I hope everyone was paying good attention and good notes. Now, for this next part, I would like to give a disclaimer, okay? For this next part, if you are easily triggered by child molestation, if you are easily triggered by what you have already heard about Bohemian Grove, if you are easily triggered by anything to do with kidnapping, I do not advise that you watch this next segment, because we're going to also get an interview from a young girl by the name of Teresa, who was kidnapped and captured and held at Bohemian Grove. So, once again, if you're triggered by any of those things, do not watch this next segment.
To describe this story as horrifying would be an understatement.
But
And if
this
that
is
sounds
more
like a
proof
warning,
of
then
what
that's
Ryan
exactly what it's
Garcia
meant to be.
was talking
It
about
deals with
with
the
the
sexual
kidnapping
abuse
of
of
children
children by satanic cults. And not only
Bohemian
that,
Grove.
human sacrifices as well. We started investigating these secret satanic cults when a British member of Parliament linked them with the ritual murder of children. In this day and age, it sounded too far-fetched, as did suggestions that the same thing might be happening in Australia. But then we met Teresa. She's only 15, and for 12 of those years, she's been the victim of relentless depravity. Teresa's story is both shocking and compelling, yet it's a story she's anxious to tell. But again, we should warn you that parts of this report may be distressing.
Friends of family and strangers and my family used to rape me. Make me abort the babies I had.
It would be hard to imagine more misery and suffering than what Teresa says she's had to endure.
And us kids would be made to do things with the adults and the animals. And then a sacrifice would happen.
The sacrifice, were these animal sacrifices?
Animals and people.
On what scale do you think this was happening?
Enormous, far beyond what we've ever heard of here before.
Teresa's mother, Bridget.
You're talking about mass murder?
Yes, on a scale that this country's never heard of before. Like the old people's homes now, only these are...
For the first time, Teresa is learning what it's like to live with love instead of fear.
Pretty though.
In this quiet English village, with the help of her mother, she's slowly repairing her broken life. Teresa is now 15, but at the age of 2, she was left in the care of this woman, the grandma she called Nan. And that, she says, is when her torment started.
Who was the leader? Who was the boss of the gang, of the cult?
At home it was my nan.
Your Nan made you have sex with animals?
Yeah. like goats and donkeys.
The story of Teresa is a story almost too horrible to recount. A case of child abuse that goes well beyond the kind of things we normally associate with the abuse of children. In 27 years of reporting, it has to be one of the most painful stories I have ever had to tell.
How many men or how many people would have sex with you?
What, at one time?
Yes.
About everyone who was there, which must have been about 20. You know, from 10 to 20 people. If it was a big ceremony, it used to be 30.
What would your grandma be doing when these men were forcing themselves on you?
Usually laughing. Or smiling. Or having sex with another man. Or other men.
A chronicle of debauchery and depravity so horrific it's hard to believe. You have to ask yourself, could Teresa be just making it up?
No. I know what's true and what's not. No, I know what I saw.
Children don't make up elaborate lies that this would have to be if it was a lie.
The craziest thing about this is that Ryan Garcia said himself that he was tied down and forced to watch these exact things that Teresa is describing she went through.
Which I know it is not. It isn't.
This couldn't be a terrible dream, a nightmare that you're reliving.
No. It's no dream. It's a nightmare, but it's not one you can wake up from. It's there all the time.
This really happened. You're quite sure of that?
Yeah.
The police don't think Teresa made up a story. Some of the cult members are to stand trial. 5 men have been charged with rape. As for Nan, the grandmother, she's 61 and lives in this council flat in South London. She's charged on 7 counts of aiding and abetting rape and 2 counts of performing abortions on Teresa. If you're finding this hard to believe, so did I at first. But then there are the medical reports, evidence of sustained sexual abuse. And there's this, a statement prepared for 60 Minutes by Teresa's psychiatrist. It says, in my opinion, Teresa's account is not the product of a psychotic illness, nor the figment of a fertile imagination. I believe her to be telling the truth.
I know what's true and what's not.
We also took Teresa's story to this man, therapist Ray Wire. He reads a transcript of our interview and listens to her voice.
It's no dream.
Few people, if any, in Britain have counselled as many victims of satanic abuse or Satanists themselves as Ray Wire has. If there is an expert on satanic cults, it would have to be him.
Do you believe Teresa's story?
I believe Teresa's story. It's exactly the same story as I've heard from men who says they've done it.
You've dealt with other cases like hers?
Yes.
21 cases like hers, he says, in the past 2 years alone.
Themes like they were put in boxes with spiders and worms, where they were trapped in fear, where there was a high use of excrement and urine, where there was talk of human sacrifice.
Take just one of those rituals, putting children in boxes with spiders and worms. Now, listen to what Teresa told her mother.
And they had a coffin-like box that children were put in with spiders and snakes and the lid shut and left in there. I would have come out deranged. I could not have coped with that mentally at all.
You have evidence to back up stories like Teresa's, that this is really happening?
Well, we have that age of child, 6, 5 and 4, giving information that ties up with Teresa. How do those children know? How do those children able to describe rituals, to talk about ceremonies, to talk about sacrificing animals? How do those children know?
Nightmares, imagining it?
You can't imagine those things at 3 and 4 years old, and you also don't have the evidence of anal sex abuse and oral sex abuse and all that other abuse that clearly those children have experienced and endured.
During these ceremonies, was Satan, the devil, ever referred to?
He was called Lucifer.
What did they say about the devil, about Lucifer?
Notice how much she tenses up just by the mention of that. Just by the mention of her having to even remember that, how much she tensed up with that.
That killing the people made him happy.
Sacrifices to please the devil. According to Teresa, the worst rituals took place at a house somewhere in the country.
It was big, you know, expensive. From the front, it looked like a castle. You know, it had a long drive and big double wooden doors.
Do you think they were rich people then?
Very rich.
Big double wooden doors out in the country. What does that sound like to you? Doesn't it sound like where we just visited?
Now, where was this big house somewhere in the country? Teresa says she can't take the police there because the Satanists made sure she'd never know how to find it.
Teresa was always drugged, or on a couple of occasions she says she was knocked out, so that she never fully knew the route.
There was a tramp who was brought in once, you know, and he was killed. He was cut from his throat down to his stomach, and they ate him, or bits of him.
They killed a man at a ceremony?
Yeah.
In front of you?
Yeah, in front of all of us.
Did the tramp, did this man fight back?
No, I think he was, you know, drunk or something. He seemed really dopey. He was laughing a lot when he was brought in. And
they made sure the man was completely out of his mind before they killed him. So apparently he had no idea where he was even going before they even murdered him.
He started screaming when they began to cut. But after a while, you know, he died. I'd seen a few killings before then. Although I wasn't used to it, you know, that was the worst one. I really don't know what I thought. I suppose I thought, thank God it's not me.
Let me get this right now. Are you saying that you saw more than one person killed in that house?
Yeah. I've seen loads of babies killed there. Just newborn babies. Or aborted ones, which were only small. You know, 4-year-olds. Any age, really.
Did they ever say they might kill you?
They threatened to kill my little girl, who, when I left, was still at the house.
A friend?
Huh?
What little girl?
My little girl, Alex. She's about 4 now.
You mean you had a child?
Yeah.
How old were you when you had that child?
11.
Motherhood at the age of 11. But from what Teresa told her
11
mother,
years old.
It wasn't the only pregnancy.
We think about 7 or 8 times. It's hard to say. It was constantly happening from the time she was capable of being pregnant.
What happened to the pregnancies, to the babies?
They were aborted by my nan or by one of the doctors at the house.
There were doctors there at that house?
Yeah, there was 2, I think. Yeah, and a nurse.
What would happen to the fetuses, the unborn babies?
I used to be taken away most of the time, and one time the baby was taken out of me and then killed in front of me because it was still alive.
And then, what would happen?
Well, after they killed it, they would eat it. Well, we were also made to eat it.
You heard it there. She was made to basically eat her own child that she was torn. The child was torn out of her. The abortion was done right in front of her, and she was made to eat it. That's probably the sickest shit that I've ever heard in my entire life.
You were made to eat your own fetus.
Yeah.
Who made you do this?
My nan.
You'd think the one person in the world you could leave a little girl with would be Grandma. Someone to give her love and protect her from harm. Yet, when Teresa was left to live with her grandmother, they might as well have handed her to the devil himself.
Grandmothers, I mean, the vision it conjures up for you, a sweet old lady with grey hair, rosy cheeks, holding her arms out to love her grandchildren. And it was exactly the reverse.
But why was Teresa living with Nan in the first place and not with her mother?
When my first marriage broke up, I took the children with me and couldn't cope. So I gave them to their father, who in turn moved to his mother's.
To Nan's place?
Yeah. And when he left the Nan's place, he left the children there.
How do you feel now towards her grandma and the other people who did all those things to your daughter?
They disgust me. They are the worst form of life this earth has had the misfortune to create. Vile.
Did you ever try to run away? You must have been frightened.
A couple of times I did, but my uncle, he caught me and brought me back.
Going to the police? Did that occur to you?
No. No. I thought it was normal, you know, even though I didn't like it. You know, I mean, you don't like to eat greens, but you know, somehow, I thought it was just her being called to be kind or something like that.
She said to me it was something that everybody did, she thought, you know, like you don't like going to school or the dentist, you don't like going to the black masses.
It was never any different. I didn't have nothing to compare it to.
All part of life, Teresa thought. Even a miscarriage one day at school.
Yeah, I asked the teacher if I could go to the toilet, and she allowed me out. I went into the toilet and the baby was in my knickers. I thought it was dead, but it wasn't. It was still moving.
And yet no one at school knew?
No.
Saw anything?
No. Or if they did, they didn't say. No, she was treated for a high temperature, fever, nothing more.
What did she do with the baby?
She kept her for a while because she was frightened that they'd use the child as part of the rituals. So she turned the pencil case into a little coffin. Apparently she put roses in to make her smell sweet, put a letter with her, pictures of herself and her brother, a picture of me.
And then I put it down the chute because I didn't want my nan to get it.
As we said earlier, the police have already charged some members of the cult, and we know they're also investigating Teresa's accounts of those ritual killings. If there were as many as she told us, then the Satanists had a problem. How did they get rid of the bodies?
They had a tub, you know, pretty big, I don't know. A very big tub, and they used to put the bodies and bones in there. And it used to go like, you know, fizzy and that. And then there was nothing left. Or there didn't seem to be, but when they cleared it out, there used to be a sludge at the bottom.
Teresa's story, her account, doesn't really surprise you.
It doesn't surprise me in the light of satanic abuse, no.
Do you get frustrated with people who just won't accept that these things do happen?
Yes, because I've worked with murderers in prisons for years. Not that long ago, a boy was found in a forest in southern England without a head. We have no doubts that men can do that. And yet when we start talking about men within Satanism who actually believe in evil and it's the right to express evil, we suddenly have a doubt.
As I was leaving Teresa's place, she handed me this note. It's addressed to the film crew. She says, "Thanks for bothering to help kids like me. I hope it helps." On the other side, there's a poem Teresa made up while she was staying at Nan's place. She calls it Nothing Left.
Nothing left. I would scream, but there is no voice left. I would cry, but there are no tears left. I'd fight, but there is no strength left.
That was just part of our investigation of Satanism in Britain. We're also gathering evidence about the activities of such cults here in Australia.
And of course, that's never the end of it. It's never the end of it. So that was like I said, one of the heavier ones that, like I said, Ryan Garcia was trying to tell people about. That he was, like I said, forced and sit down to watch. Very traumatizing thing, very traumatizing situation that young Teresa had to go through. That's a very intense one. That's what I give a disclaimer right beforehand, because I didn't want anybody to, you know, be triggered by, you know, all those events. But that is the things that go on at not only at Bohemian Grove, that go on, like you just heard, in Australia, go on in Great Britain and different places. Not necessarily representing those places, but those are the things that go on inside of these secret cults that now a lot of people are privy to. And another thing that Ryan Garcia had whistleblown was the fake rapture. A lot of people are not going to be privy to when the rapture happens, and he mentioned that it's going to be something where people are not going to know the difference in between the real rapture and the fake one. So what I mean by that is, I studied, and reason why I reason why I played the Bill Burr clip in the very beginning of the podcast was because that was actually 14 years ago in 2010 when he did a stand-up talking about the microchipping of people, where he talked about that, as well as he joked about the microchipping of children. Okay? So reason why he was even joking about that was because I had stumbled upon a lot of different research back in 2010. Okay, that's really when my research actually started, back in 2008, 2009, and I had stumbled upon a lot of those things as far as Project Bluebeam, Illuminati. It started with Illuminati and Tupac. Okay, we're going to do two different documentaries. We're going to do not docs, basically. We're going to do some things as far as Michael Jackson goes, and we're going to do Tupac very soon. I've been doing my due diligences on Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's going to be very, very soon. Mark my words here on this podcast. Michael Jackson's going to be the next one. So, with that being said, Project Bluebeam was one of the things that I had started doing research on. And Project Bluebeam, if you haven't watched the actual show on History Channel called Project Blue Book, I implore you to. I can't show you any clips from Project Blue Book, but I have showed already some things from the Skull and Bones, right? So with that being said, there's a lot of different things that are implemented in Project Blue Book. Number one thing you have to remember is MK Ultra. MK Ultra, I'm pretty sure a lot of you people have heard of already. So remember we talked about MK Ultra. They've MK Ultra'd Ryan Garcia, Kanye West, so on and so forth with different celebrities. That's one thing. MK Ultra is mind control. Okay, I want you to keep that in mind as we actually look at part 1 and 2 here on the podcast of Project Bluebeam and the breakdown of that, because I want everybody to be aware. I never thought we was going to have to, like I said, go into this Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole, but I want everybody to always be informed when they watch my shit. So with that being said, we are going to now go into Project Bluebeam, because I want people to be informed when that actually happens. When this actually happens, I want people to know what the fuck they are seeing and going through. And this is back in 2010. Once again, this is back in 2010. I want people to understand the reason why I'm showing the one back in 2010 is because this is how far the technology has gone past right in front of y'all, and y'all have not even noticed what they are predictive programming y'all for. So, this is part 1.
Canadian government official is warning we may be on the verge of intergalactic war, saying, quote, the Bush administration has finally agreed to let the military build a forward base on the moon, which will put them in a better position to keep track of the comings and goings of visitors from space and to shoot at them if they so decide.
I was introduced to the late Dr. Werner von Braun in the U.S.
Now, where have you heard that before already? That the government is putting things in place to basically track if aliens are even coming back and forth. We've already seen the fake Chinese balloons coming back and forth, and the different things that are coming through in the sky, and the UFOs that they've talked about. As far as we've also seen that there's an LED screen in the sky. We've basically seen that. It's basically a TV screen up there, okay, with all the different things that have been going on, and they've been telling us. So-called telling us that there are different things going on in the sky, and throughout the years they've been saying, oh, there's UFOs, there's not UFOs, there's UFOs, there's not UFOs. They've basically been playing with it right in front of you.
The father of rocketry. In my first meeting with him, during that first 3.5 hours, he said to me, Carol, you will stop the weaponization of space, because there is a lie being told to everyone that the weaponization of space is now first being based upon the evil empire, the Russians. There are many enemies, he said, against whom we're going to build this space-based weapon system, the first of whom was the Russians, which was existing at that time. Then there would be terrorists. Then there would be third world countries. Now we call them rogue nations or nations of concern. Then there would be asteroids. And then he would repeat to me over and over, and the last card, the last card, the last card would be the extraterrestrial threat.
You heard it right there. She basically broke down what they would be saying as they were going to be leading up to it. And as we have been going along throughout these next 14 years, they have been doing exactly that. They have been saying it's the UFOs. Oh no, it's going to be an asteroid. Oh no, it's a UFO. Oh no, it's an asteroid. They have been doing that right in front of us. And they were going to play and wait for the last card to say, yo, it is actually aliens.
Pardon me, I don't mean to interrupt you, but doesn't this make sense? I mean, if in fact there are extraterrestrials and they're buzzing our planet, why wouldn't we want to take steps to defend ourselves from them?
The rapture is one of the most controversial topics in all of theology. Some Christians believe in it, all atheists mock it, and the New World Order may very well attempt to fake it. What would discourage Christians more than seeing New Agers, Buddhists, cult leaders, and corrupt con artist Christians raptured, while the Bible-believing faithful are, in essence, left behind? Why wouldn't the New World Order attempt to unite all the world's religions behind one deity by including them all in such an apocalyptic event. Surprisingly, the US government actually admits to thinking about the use of this technology, though it denies it's followed through with such implementation. In an article entitled Bees on the Battlefield and Other US Military Experiments, published by the British news agency The Guardian on June 18, 2007, it discusses strange government projects, and I quote, "Then there's the prophet hologram, the projection of the image of an ancient god over an enemy capital, whose public communications have been seized and used against it in a massive psychological operation."
In 2007, they used a Black Ops operation to project a hologram of an ancient god that would represent that country that they were fighting. Are you hearing that? So imagine them fighting China and they have an ancient Buddha hologram suddenly appear in the sky, making it look like they're a giant warrior fighting against China. Imagine them having that back in 2007.
An Israeli cybernetics expert named Yitzhak Hayutman has even gone as far as to lobby the Arab world to allow him to project a holographic temple above the Dome of the Rock in an effort to summon whichever savior should take notice of it and actually show up. But does it even matter? Does this technology even exist? Or is it just crazy conspiracy theory? Let's take a look at the Army Research Lab, Adelphi, Maryland's progress report from November 96 through August 97. The session number ADA 3338490. The topic? A 3D holographic display using strontium barium niobate. Its abstract states, an innovative technique for generating a three-dimensional holographic display using strontium barium niobate is discussed. The resultant image is a hologram that can be viewed in real time over a wide perspective or field of view. The holographic image is free from system-induced aberrations and has a uniform high quality over the entire field of view. Interesting. Well, we've seen the chemtrails, and there's a lot of speculation about what they're being used for. Weather control and mind control are at the top of the list. But as you'll see in a second, chemtrails have been directly linked to barium, which is one of the main components of the Army's 3D holography display.
Could a strange substance found by a Southwest Arkansas man be part of a government test? Well, that's the question at the heart of a phenomenon called chemtrails, now getting widespread attention. Well, tonight, KSLA News 12 investigation reporter Jeff Farrell shows us the results of testing we had done about what's in our skies.
It seemed like some mornings it was just crisscrossing the whole sky. It was just like a giant checkerboard.
Bill Nichols snapped several photos of the strange clouds from his home in Stamps, Arkansas. They begin as normal contrails from a jet engine, but do not fade away like a normal contrail. Soon after, he saw particles in the air.
You know, because we'd see it drop to the ground in a haze.
Nichols then noticed the material collecting on the ground.
This is water and stuff that I collected in bowls. I had it set out in my backyard on my dad's pickup truck.
KSLA News 12 had the sample tested at a lab. The results? A high level of barium, 6.8 parts per million, more than 3 times the toxic level set by the EPA.
According to Section 5.6 of a military research paper entitled An Operational Analysis for Air Force 2025, an application of value-focused thinking to future air and space capabilities, military brainstorming as of May 1996 was researching, constructing, yet again, another holographic projection system. This time they were looking to implement an airborne holographic projector that would display a three-dimensional visual image in a desired location removed from the display generator. The projector can be used for psychological operations and strategic perception management. It is also useful for optical deception. The picture you see here speaks for itself. This isn't depicted as a ground-based weapon, but rather one that would project a deceptive image hologram in the air. Could the chemtrails play a role in this? I'm no scientist, so I can't tell you absolutely yes or even maybe. But the chemical connection, barium, along with the military's own documents, lead me to think in that direction.
So, we've seen chemtrails before, right? We've seen the different smoke things through the sky, and everybody's like, oh, they're just the jets playing around and doing their little air show or whatever, right? That's them spraying the fucking chemtrails. If you haven't noticed, they've been doing that for God knows how long. But when you see them when you see the airplanes going through the sky, or the jets going through the sky, and you see the smoke going through that, that's the chemtrails coming behind them. That's what the chemtrails are. They're basically putting the fucking LED screen in the sky for you to not notice.
But if they've got some kind of crazy projection system, that in and of itself isn't going to convince anyone of anything. Unless, of course, God is a mute and he's going to come in complete silence. Let's face it, even the most action-packed movies are boring without some kind of a stunning soundtrack. Well, just in time for it to be exploited in the very same way, the technology now exists to beam sound right into your head. Strategy.com reports in an article entitled Death Ray Replaced by the Voice of God that the U.S. Navy is using non-lethal systems called LRAD, or Long Range Acoustic Device. This is being used right now in the Persian Gulf. Many small fishing and cargo boats ply these waters.
LRAD has been being used for the past 15 years. Not even 14. The past 15 years they've been using LRAD waves. And those LRAD waves have been practiced through surround sound. If you notice, surround sound, and when you're in a movie theater and you have like the 3D projection, basically, that's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. It's sound that beams directly into your head that makes you feel like you're right there you're watching.
And it's often hard to get the attention of the crews. With LRAD, you just aim it at a member of the crew and have an interpreter speak to the sailor. It was noted that the guy on the receiving end was sometimes terrified, even as he realized it was a large American destroyer that was talking to him. This apparently gave the Army guys some ideas, for there are now rumors in Iraq of a devilish American weapon that makes people believe they are hearing voices in their heads. And then there's the A&E television series called Paranormal State, which used a clever combination of a large billboard and cutting-edge technology to beam frightening ads directly into people who were walking near the show's billboard in the heart of New York City.
Who remembers this TV show here? I do. Now, I was a young kid, of course. Not a young kid. I was in my 20s, of course. I would say I was young. But I was in my 20s. And I do remember this TV show here. And it wasn't really a terrifying show, but the advertisement for it is what people didn't even notice was MK Ultra practice at its finest.
The advertising website MediaBuyerPlanner.com writes in an article entitled Billboard Whispers into Pedestrians' Ears for A&E's Paranormal State that an ad for A&E's ghost-themed series Paranormal State uses technology to transmit an audio spotlight from the rooftop speakers in New York's Soho directly into the ears of passers-by. Here's a sample showcasing how this concentrated sonic beam works. There are literally dozens of patents dealing with ways of beaming sonic transmissions directly into people's minds. This was once called telepathy. Today it's just modern-day technology and advertising. Yes, I understand this sounds absolutely bizarre. Where's the proof? Where is it? We've recently seen Al Gore and Prince Charles appear in holographic form, but do we actually know of any such encounter we can attribute holographic technology as to having been used as part of a supernatural psyop? I believe we do.
Well, we actually do. Now, I can't show it here, but the Tupac hologram that you guys saw in Coachella is a form of augmented reality. That is what they're actually talking about, that they were going to use as far as hologram technology, something that appears to be real, that they are projecting from somewhere else that you can see and hear right in front of you. Now, China has actually developed, and Japan has developed, touchable holograms back in 2009 is when they actually discovered that. So they can actually touch one and it'll feel like it's right here with you and me. But let us move on to part 2 of what he is talking about here, because we do have that evidence of those holograms as well.
There are literally dozens of patents dealing with ways of beaming sonic transmissions directly into people's minds. This was once called telepathy. Today it's just modern-day technology and advertising. Yes, I understand this sounds absolutely bizarre. Where's the proof? Where is it? We've recently seen Al Gore and Prince Charles appear in holographic form, but do we actually know of any such encounter we can attribute holographic technology as to having been used as part of a supernatural psyop? I believe we do. It's just a matter of looking at information. ABC News by ex-CIA spy John Kiradu. The topic was waterboarding. Kiradu came out in an un-CIA-like fashion and proclaimed that waterboarding is torture. On the ABC News website, in an article entitled, "Coming in from the Cold, CIA Spy Calls Waterboarding Necessary But Torture," the ex-spy described the effectiveness of waterboarding on captured al-Qaeda member Abu Zubaydah, and I quote, John Kiradu, now retired, said the technique broke Zubaydah in less than 35 seconds. The next day, he told his interrogator that Allah had visited him in his cell during the night and told him to cooperate. Now, hold it for just 1 second. We believe this man is telling us the truth because he's playing nice and claiming that waterboarding is a bad thing. But look at what he just said. He's implying that when someone is tortured, they just have to say uncle and then we stop. You would think that if Zubaydah was cracked in 35 seconds, that would mean he was spilling the beans only seconds after that.
No. So you mean to tell me that he saw Allah come visit him in his cell and made him say, okay, you need to confess before things get too real? Excuse me?
As in, okay, fine, I'll talk, please, no more. Not, oh my goodness, I'm glad you stopped. I didn't like that very much. I guess I'll go get some sleep, and I'll think about maybe telling you something tomorrow. And if we are to believe that it was indeed the waterboarding that broke him, then why would he bother telling his interpreter that Allah had visited him in his cell during the night and told him to cooperate? His interrogator knew he was waterboarded. He wasn't going to save any face with his interrogator. Remember, they broke him the day before, and they didn't get any information out of a quote-unquote broken man until the next day after he claimed Allah came to him in his cell and told him to cooperate. I'm not making this up. Watch for yourself. Pay attention to the body language. You decide for yourself if this makes any logical sense.
And that was one of the techniques?
Waterboarding was one of the techniques, yes.
And was it used on Zubaydah?
It was.
And was it successful?
It was.
What happened as a result of that?
He resisted. He was able to withstand the waterboarding for quite some time, and by that I mean probably 30, 35 seconds.
That's quite some time.
Which was quite some time. And a short time afterwards, in the next day or so, he told his interrogator that Allah had visited him in his cell during the night and told him to cooperate because his cooperation would make it easier on the other brothers who had been captured. And from that day on, he answered every question just like I'm sitting here speaking to you.
In a willing way?
In a willing way.
So in your view...
And after watching that, I can only come to one conclusion. This man was not waterboarded. If he was waterboarded, he was not broken during the waterboarding. He was broken through a psyop. If he was broken from the torture, he would have spilled the information right then and there. I think what you're seeing here is an experimental use of cutting-edge holographic technology to see if people will buy it, to see if it's believable. And just in case I'm right, I have to do what I am about to do. In the Bible, Jesus was very clear about what his return would be like. In Matthew 24, his disciples asked him point blank, what is the end of the world going to be like? And starting in verse 4, Jesus answered them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. So he warns us, don't be fooled. And then again in verses 23 through 26, we read, then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. And then in verse 36 we read, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. No man knows the hour. If anyone out there believes in a pre-trib rapture, I'm not going to argue the point. Just be sure you're spiritually prepared just in case. Pride enables us to believe we aren't appointed to physical wrath, while Christians all over the globe are being hunted and killed like animals. Spiritual wrath, however, is something very different from physical wrath, and we're promised salvation, and as such, we are exempt of spiritual wrath. But beyond that, we were warned repeatedly that others would come using Jesus' name. We were specifically warned to look out for false prophets and great signs and wonders. I, for one, can't imagine a greater sign and wonder than a false rapture meant to crush and demoralize the Christian community while indoctrinating the rest of the world into the Antichrist religious system. Satan's had an awfully long time to plan out this end times deception. I personally feel it would be a grave and dangerous mistake for any Christian to underestimate the cunning nature and deceptive power of the serpent.
So, as you guys know, what Project Bluebeam already is. I'm just going to let this play real quick. So, Project Bluebeam basically is the second coming, basically the rapture. The second coming of Jesus Christ, and it's going to be faked through these satellites. The satellites are basically going to project a hologram from up there, and from around the world, we're basically going to see different gods or goddesses depending upon where we are. So in America, we're going to see Jesus. In Asia, they're probably going to see Buddha, so on and so forth. They're going to basically connect it that way. When that actually happens, it's going to look like what the rapture is, and in the Bible. You're going to see people go rising up and this, that, and the third, and people are going to be thinking they're left behind, as you saw in the movie Left Behind or whatever. From there, we're going to see the Big Light Show. The Big Light Show is basically them making us think that aliens are coming to invade the rest of us. From there, it's going to create chaos and panic. And you already know what it is with the New World Order, what they say, creating chaos out of order. So they're going to create the chaos out of order from us panicking, thinking that we're under an alien invasion. As you can see here, there's a literal written breakdown of how this is all going to happen right in front of us. You see the heart machines right here. Those are the weather machines that are going to be predicting different things. Those same weather machines are actually going to be used for the sound that is going to be beamed right into our heads. It's going to be looking pretty crazy. So all of our technology that has us linked to our emails and things like that, right? All that shit is going to be basically going fucking haywire because our dumbasses have everything, like I said, linked to our systems and whatnot. So all of those things are going to be projecting the sound that we're going to be hearing from outside. That's another thing. We don't realize how much we are connected to our own technology. The cloud, as they say. As you can see here, the satellite basically projecting from above the world of how things are going to actually look. But once again, do not take my word for it. Do not take my word for it, as I always present facts and evidence of what we are about to see here. I can give you one example before we even do that, okay? I can give you just an innocent Japanese hologram ad in Tokyo. You see how realistic that looks for you? That's just a regular ad in Tokyo. Now, things get a little bit spookier because for the past week or two, I want to say not even the past week or two, for the past 3 or 4 months, people have been seeing a very strange face up in the sky. I, for one, am going to go outside very shortly, and hopefully I'm going to be able to document this if I see the moon outside. But people have been seeing a very strange face by the moon. What do I mean by that? I'll show you.
Watch this. Watch this. All right, so I got my light on. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Woo! They up there, boy. They are up there.
They are literally playing with the technology right in front of our faces. This would be one of many individuals that would see this in the sky.
Today is the February 22nd, I believe. It is. Okay, I got some light. It's February 22nd. As you see, I have not cut away. There's no extra clippings. What you get is what you see. What you get is what you see. What you get is what you see. That's it right there, son. That's that one right there, son. Yeah, son. So it's February. I don't want to show my face because I just want to put the word out there. I hope everybody's out and recording this tonight. What you get is what you see. There it is. What you get is what you see. It's my camera. Now that's the face, people. It's up there again.
Sherry, come look at this.
There's a face. All right. It's kind of a face up there. There's a face. All right. Y'all see that? Now that's the face, people. It's up there again.
Sherry, come look at this.
It's up there again. There's the face. This is not an app. It's a face. Everybody's out here.
I'm saying loud and clear. This is not an app.
Everybody's out here looking. We're coming out here to see.
There's a bunch of people looking outside their houses, terrified at this giant face.
Y'all see that?
Is standing next to the moon.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Now, hold up. Let me zoom so everybody can see it. Nice.
Everyone is outside gathered looking
Zoom
around at this face that is right next to
Hey, y'all need to call somebody.
This was December 1st.
Yeah. Tell them we're out here, what we're looking at.
It happened around February as
now,
well.
y'all see this. You see it, right?
Yeah.
People
I'm just
are still
saying,
around the
there it
world
is.
seeing this face in the moon
That's
at
a nice,
certain times of the night.
crispy face. Hey, somebody got another phone? I don't want to be the only one recording this. Okay, so
this gentleman was
tonight
inside
is that
of his
night.
house.
I said I was going to go out here and see if I could see this face thing that everybody's been seeing. So this is not an app, just to make sure y'all understand what I'm doing. I'm straight video broadcasting, stuff like that. You see it?
Look.
Is it still there?
Look, there's a face.
Hold up. Oh, my camera. There it is. Yep.
Look.
Yep. I gotta sit still. It's cold out here.
The nose and everything.
That's huge. That's huge. There it is. Hold up. Let's make sure I can get this. Stupid phone is acting up again. I gotta get a better quality. Hold up. There it is. There it is. Massive. It's turning.
It's huge.
It's turning. That's turning. That's turning. There it is. There it is, people. The face. Hold up. Let's go inside. I gotta get a better view because that light. The light is distorting. The light is distorting it. Oh, God. I can't see nothing coming out here. The porch. All right. I can't see my steps. All right. There's the cars. All right. There it is. Hold up. There it is. All right. Zoom in. That's it. That's it. It's bigger than the last night. Look at it. Look at it.
It's bigger than last night.
You should call somebody. Hold up. Go inside and call somebody. Go inside and call somebody.
Now imagine when this Project Bluebeam actually happens. People are freaking out by just seeing a face by the moon. Imagine when Project Bluebeam actually happens.
There it is again. Stupid tablet. There it is again. Let me zoom in on it. I need to stop moving. Let me just zoom in slower. There we go. It looks so grainy. It looks so grainy. I'm trying to stay still, people. It just looks so grainy. I need a 4K camera or something. Same time. Whoa, shoot, you scared me. This is scaring me, you scared me. Look at that, you see it? You see that?
So big.
Look at it, it's looking right down at us. You see how it's looking at us?
Yeah.
Look how it's looking at us.
Watch this. Alright, so I got my light on.
I mean, we don't have to go any further, basically. You guys basically see it. You pretty much see it. The face in the moon. Like I said, I'm going to go out here in just a few minutes just to see if I can see it. I don't know if the moon is out right now where I'm at. We in a cloudy area. But, yeah, man. As I said before, I like to make sure everyone is always informed when they are tuning into my pod. We do third eye views around here. And when I say that, I felt obligated when Ryan Garcia, that's what I said. I understand that everybody was pussy as far as not want to talk about everything deeply as far as Bohemian Grove and trying to cover everything that, Ryan Garcia was even whistleblowing about. That's where I come in at, okay? I get it. But I just also want people to be informed about things like this, because when the time comes, which is looking like it's going to be very soon, I want people to be very aware. As far as when they watch my shit, I want them to at least be aware. One, tell another, tell another, tell another, tell a friend, tell a friend. You know what I'm saying? Keep everybody informed as far as what is going on out here, and keep a third eye view as much as you can, because it is a war going on outside. No man is safe from, no woman is safe from right now. It is a mental war going on outside that no one is safe from. So I want all of y'all to always be informed when y'all fuck with my podcast. And like I said, man, things are happening that we are not in control of, and I just want everybody to be very aware when it comes to dealing with the spiritual warfare that we are dealing with out here, because it's a lot to deal with. It is a lot to deal with at the end of the day. I don't know if this helped anybody or if it didn't help anybody. I'm hoping it helped everybody at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I'm hoping it helped everybody. When it comes to that face in the moon, that should tell everybody right now that not only do you need to pray, but you need to get yourself aware of everything that is going on out here, because not everything is fiction. Not everything is, oh, I don't believe that. You can't. It's not a time for that. The truth is being told out here. We're living in 2024. I purposely didn't show Sloan Bella this evening because I'm saving that for another time. We went to Alice in Wonderland today. We got on a Magic School Bus trip, and we was here for a good time. Okay, we was here for a good amount of time. But like I said, I want everybody to be informed before we left out of here tonight. Okay. Like I said before, there might be a part 2 of this, there might not be. But if we do it, be Mike Jackson. Till then, peace!
My type of women like to cuddle, but don't sleep on the money. My type of women like to talk, but don't talk to no dummy. A good play, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. A good play, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. A type of dudes don't be calling trying to blow up a phone. A type of dudes getting money but don't leave her alone. She just need food, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. She just need food, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. Don't be mad at it, that's just what I prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what I prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what we prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what we prefer. I need a woman that can cook and clean. She need a good man that fuck mean. I kick it paying all bills, yeah, I foot the fee. Yeah, I know she bad and bougie, but she good to me. We talking king shit, I love to show her royalty. I need a queen, quick to always show her loyalty. And when even a nigga off, she be on with me. She DEF the fuck boy, she supported G. That's how it always be. Yeah, it's a baddie, it's a baddie. Make it clap, patty cake with that fatty. Yeah, she love it. Making money. Keep it coming, keep it cunning. Hate when complaining, haters do nothing. My type of women like to cuddle, but don't sleep on the money. My type of women like to talk, but don't talk to no dummy. A good play, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. A good play, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. A type of dudes don't be calling, trying to blow up a phone. A type of dudes getting money, but don't leave her alone. She just need food, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. She just need food, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. She said, don't be mad at it, that's just what I prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what I prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what we prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what we prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what I prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what I prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what we prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what we prefer.